What are we going to play now?
I'll give you a jig, the Rambling Pitchfork. I now play for you an old traditional air, Yemen and Knick. Here is a good reed, Bunny Kate. this is the clan march of the O'Sullivans. And here is a set dance, the job of journey work. And this is a slip jig, the rocky road to Dublin.
Here we are in Dublin on a Wednesday night, and here is Micheal O Riabhaigh. Am I saying it right?
Yes, you are.
You better say it so they'll...
Micheal O Riabhaigh.
Micheal O
Yes.
Riabhaigh. In America, I think we'd say Micheal, wouldn't we?
That's right.
Yes. You have some instruments here with you tonight. They look like bagpipes to me, are they?
Well, they are. Those are the uilleann pipes. They're the old Irish pipes.
I see. They're not the same thing as war pipes, are they? I've heard.
Well, they were developed originally from the war pipes, but they are an instrument independent of the war pipes altogether in every way.
I see.
As you see, this is the accompaniment. We call those the regulators. You
The
haven't
regulators.
got those in the war pipes at all.
No.
Those are the accompaniment.
Well, that looks very
And,
impressive.
The chanter itself is very much different also. In this chanter, we get 2 octaves, whereas in the wallpipe chanter, you can only get 1.
Can you play a little bit on that, just independently of the other? On the
Oh, yes,
chanter?
I can.
Blow a little bit on it.
Yes,
Let's see
I
what it
can.
sounds like. That's very nice. Sounds a little like a flute, but with more life to
Yes.
it.
Well, another difference, as you can see, these are blown by a bellows.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to blow into them
You don't
at
have to
all.
pipe into them at all.
No.
That's very nice.
You see, I have the bellows here under my right arm.
Tell me, did I hear you say you're coming to New York next year sometime, or this year?
Well, with God's help, I hope to sometime.
What, are you coming for a special purpose, or?
Well, I really don't know yet.
You don't know yet?
I don't know the full facts yet.
But you hope to be playing around
Well,
the country?
sometime.
Well, we certainly hope you make it. Here we are tonight in Dublin. It's Wednesday night. It's a very nice evening. We're sitting around a fire, and I have with me here Micheal O Riabhaigh, which in America would be Micheal, isn't that right?
That's quite right.
And he has something very peculiar here. It's bagpipes, but he doesn't blow into it. Tell me about this this instrument, Micheal.
Well, it is the real Irish instrument, the old Irish pipes. We call them the uilleann pipes. Uilleann in Irish is the word for elbow.
Elbow pipes.
Yes,
I see.
elbow pipes, because as you can see, we inflate the bag with a bellows under the right elbow.
Yes.
And that's how it got its
And you
name.
pump it
uilleann.
up sort of like a...
That's right.
What are these things here, these little...
Well, and those are the regulators.
The regulators.
The accompaniment to the chanter.
Do they make a noise when you press on them?
Well, they do. I'll just give you an idea.
Yes. Sounds rather like an accordion, I think.
Well, they're really called the Irish organ.
Oh. That sounds a little bit like accordion, I think.
Well, they are called the Irish organ.
The Irish organ. Oh, that's
Yes,
very
you see they
interesting.
have an organ effect.
Well, this is not the same thing as the drones, though, is it?
No, the drones are different altogether. We have drones on those also, just as you have on the war pipes.
Yes.
I can play those now for you with the war pipe effect.
Well, do that.
Chanter and drones.
What was the name of that?
That was the clan march of the O'Sullivans.
Of the O'Sullivans.
Yes.
That's an Irish tune, is it?
Yes, it's an old Irish clan march.
That's very nice. We can have it from the other one. We can have it from the other one.
Oh, all right.
Well, will you play some tunes for us now, Micheal?
Right, I will. I'll give you a couple of tunes now.
There was oh good Lord. This is a song called Corrigamnet. It is now called the Fastnet Light Rock off the south coast of Cork. And 3 boys and their sister went out to the rock one time, and they tied their boat to the rock, but it was tied insecurely, and after a while they went away with the tide, and the 4 of them were drowned by the incoming tide. And one of the boys wrote an account of it with the buckle on the rock, and the father afterwards then discovered how they were drowned, and he made this lament. Agus glóisiú weimse bheagrim lá giascuirach smáil gínti vor má scoilir sman a blianan ó nieg bhfuil bás ach lán ach rin o'n trúli mar hí o'n na hér bach fénig ger gáil sa cuí na cuile rám crín i gúil o'r an tí son lúcar de fénig ger gáil sa cuí nuair a heimsear an glís nuair a chimwem sís nuair a chimse cargan i'r plesgan muchrí agus harnais i'r is go bás wichin mar gur bí carrigan i'r tá mar chéile gom cuin. This is a little lullaby called The Chairing Se Féin Mo Leanmh Chola. I'd put my own child to sleep. It is just a mother telling how the sort of imagination, the imagery of her. She's thinking of all the beautiful golden cradles and silken coverlets that she'd have on the cradle for the child. The chairing se féin mo leanmh chola sní mar the chaireach mo ná modach fach sin huir úr lar warig ach ag líomh áir san Reagh bhagad Shaheen Shololo Shaheen Shostu Mulano Shaheen Shololo Shaheen Shostu Mulano The chairing se féin mo leanmh chola bira gren dir gan olí fach sin wir úr lar hacuir hui war na grev san Reagh Shahin Shostum Uilleann Shahin Shololo Shahin Shostum Uilleann Nukaring Shahin Cadil Lini Viscarbacho Sas the Chala Good the Gear of the Hlante As the Swing to the Creen nor Criters nor Baban Gan Mock the Wahir Shahin Shololo Shahin Shostum Uilleann Shahin Shololo Shahin Shostum Uilleann. Now this is a small little dandling song called Dilly No Douse, just bouncing the baby up and down. Dilly no douse, oh douse, dilly no douse, oh dee, dilly no douse, oh douse, oh douse, oh dilly no douse, oh dee. Credit maroon consuin, credit maroon oli, credit maroon consuin gocuin le dilly no douse, oh dee. Dilly no douse, oh douse, dilly no douse, oh dee, dilly no douse, oh douse, oh douse, oh dilly no douse, oh dee. Spokel ma soiste, spokel ma soisten far, spokel ma soiste, karin dat turnen van. Dilly no douse, oh douse, dilly no douse, oh dee, dilly no douse, oh douse, oh douse, oh dilly no douse, oh dee. Spokel en neer, spokel en neer en far, spokel en neer, is karin on slieven van. Dilly no douse, oh douse, dilly no douse, oh dee, dilly no douse, oh douse, oh douse, oh dilly no douse, oh dee.
Well, this is Micheal O Riabhaigh again, and this time I am going to sing you an old love ballad the story is centred around the beautiful river of Salone that flows through the town of Makem in County Cork. 'Twas early on a fine summer's morning, I strayed by the banks of Salone to gaze on the beauties of nature that emulate each wood and each lawn. My prospects were surely enchanting, with gay lassies in a juvenile mood, promenading by the banks of that river that flows through the town of Makem. I, being airy and fond of recreation, by this river I chanced for to roam, until weary of my ramblings and roamings, I sat myself down by a grove.
I sat for a while meditating, until Sol its bright rays had withdrawn, till a damsel of queenly appearance came down by the banks of Ceylon. We talked as we walked on together, inhaling the sweet, pleasant air, till at length in a voice most affected she said, "Sir, my father lives there, were I ruler of France or of Russia, it is with you I'd soon wear the crown. I would join you in wedlock, my darling. You're the beauty of sweet Massey Town. And now I'm retired from my story, with a heart full of sadness and grief. There is no one on earth to console me, or give me the slightest relief. I will roam through the African desert, until death will call me to the tomb. For the sake of that charming fair Helen, I met near the town of Makem.
Where'd you learn this song?
Oh, I got it from an old man in Makem.
In Makem.
Yes, I was doing a course in Irish. It's in an Irish-speaking district, and I got that song from an old man.
My name is Con O'Shea. The song I'm going to sing is called Loch Sheelin's Side, and I learned this song from my father. It's a song about Ireland after the famine, when a family was evicted and had to go to America. This man's wife died, his young wife died, and afterwards he had to go to America. So he's saying farewell to Ireland. Farewell, my country, a long farewell. My bitter anguish no tongue can tell, for I must fly o'er the ocean wide, from the home I love by Loch Sheelin's side. How proud was I of my girl so tall, and envied most by the young men all, when first I brought her with bashful pride to the home I loved by Loch Sheelin's side. When first I viewed her so fair and young, with her yellow hair and her artless tongue. No other fair one could her excel, and her voice more sweet than tongue can tell. At the village dance or the patron fair, two blind old ladies enchanting strain, no foot like ours could so nimbly play, none smile so sweet as my uilleann gay. But oh, our joy was too full to last. The landlord came, our poor hopes to blast. In vain we pleaded for mercy, no. They hurled us forth in the blinding snow. No friend dare open to us their door, or else his vengeance would reach them sure. My uilleann fainted in my arms and died, as the snow fell deep on the mountain side. I laid her down in the churchyard low. It was in springtime when daisies grow. I shed no tear, for the fount had dried that lonely night by Loch Sheelin's side. I said one prayer for my lifeless love. I raised my hands to the heavens above. O God of mercy, I wildly cried, revenge I'll have for my murdered bride. When memory comes, then my heart is sad, and with vengeful thoughts my brain goes mad. When I think of uilleann, my gentle bride, in the churchyard low by Loch Sheelin's side. Farewell, my country, farewell forever. The ship will soon bear me far away, but oh, my fond heart will still abide in my uillann's grave by Loch Sheelin's side.
Tell me about
it. It's about the time of the Crimean War, when the English and the French were fighting the Russians in the Crimea. And the English army were trying to get recruits in Ireland. and the usual thing to recruit a man was to pay him a shilling down on his fist. Give him a shilling in his fist, and then he was recruited, got a uniform, and was brought off to Crimea, and usually returned home minus legs and so on, got a miserable pension for the rest of his years. So this is a sort of a skit on that. It is Éireann go Brach.
And
It's an anti-recruiting song of the time of the Crimean War.
And where was it written?
Well, as far as I know, it was composed in my own parish by a man called Sean O'Gow.
About when? Yeah.
About 1880.
All right, now. Okay, yeah.
When first in my youth I went cutting the land, with brogues on my feet and a spade in my hand, says I to myself, what a pity to see such a dashing young fellow cutting turf in Tralee. O Éireann go Brach, shillelagh and all, my heart may be with you, poor Éireann go Brach. I buttered my brogues and shook hands to my spade, and went to the fair like a dashing young blade. Up came the sergeant, he asked me to list. You're a sergeant, a gra, put the bog and bob in my fist. O Éireann go Brach, shillelagh and all, my heart may be with you, poor Éireann go Brach. The first thing he brought me, it was a red coat, with a bright strap of leather to tie round my throat. He gave me a queer thing, I asked what was that. He said that it was a cockade for my hat. O Éireann go Brach, shillelagh and all, my heart may be with you, poor Éireann go Brach. The next thing he gave me, he called it a gun, and down on the trigger he placed my big thumb. My gun she spit fire, and she made a great smoke, and she gave my poor shoulder the divil of a stroke. O Éireann go Brach, shillelagh and all, my heart may be with you, poor Éireann go Brach. The next place he brought me was down to the sea, on board of a ship bound for the Crimea. 3 sticks in the middle, all covered with sheets, and she walked on the water without any feet. O Éireann go Brach, shillelagh and all, my heart may be with you, poor Éireann go Brach. We fought at Alma, likewise in Kerman. The Russians they whaled us at the Red Dan. In scaling a wall, sure myself lost an eye, and a big Russian bullet ran away with my thigh. O Éireann go Brach, shillelagh and all, my heart may be with you, poor Éireann go Brach. As I lay bleeding on the cold ground, heads, legs and arms were scattered all round. Says I to myself, if my clanings were nigh, they would bury me decent and raise a loud cry. O Éireann go Brach, shillelagh and all, my heart may be with you, poor Éireann go Brach. They brought me a doctor, he soon stanched my blood. They gave me an elegant leg made of wood. They gave me a pension of 10 pence a day. Contented with Sheila, we live in full pay. O Éireann go Brach, shillelagh and all, my heart may be with you, poor Éireann go Brach.
Thanet Grove. It's an old ballad from County Donegal, and it's set to music by Herbert Hughes.
'Twas on a winter's evening when first came down she came tripping down, all in a drift of snow, with a baby in her snow-white arms. She knew not where to go. Hard-hearted was my father that shut the door on me, and more so was my mother, for plainly she did see that dark and stormy was the night. It pierced my heart with cold, and cruel was that false young man that sold his love for gold. Into a quiet grove she went, and there did she kneel down, turning her eyes to heaven. In sorrow she made moan. She kissed her baby's cold, cold lips, and laid it by her side. And in that silent fannied grove, in lonely grief she died. One day for recreation, scannain bio chwydachtin, I spied a charming fair maiden, a hen of sea shupustig. She was singing like an angel's megestach lena binnaga. I whispered soft and easy, she doet she loved the dradracht. San noen san naula varin, the valjis the veltene, nis vanna stak I manna, boveralem vegjum I lat. Her laks most netlig og dremerach at tittem le, down her back and waist is the frab mochrile time of day. I asked her was she the fair one on Van de Oudvieg Jupiter, or the brightsome Vestral deity, Chatref she shall in Nithron, San noen san naula varin, the valjis the veltene, is the vanna stak I manna, boveralem vegjum I lat. Her syllables most charming, skurvralem venna kydachtin, skurvinilum nan chlarshach gachart fort the hinokshi. You'll get my stack and farum, my hentulum gumukarus. And then she sang most charming, Reagh, I'm fond of you. San noen san naula varin, the valjis the veltene, is the vanna stak I manna, boveralem vegjum I lat. Curiosity led a young native of Erin to view the gay banks of the Rhine, where an empress he saw and the robes she was wearing all over with diamonds did shine. No goddess in splendor was ever yet seen to equal this fair one, so mild and serene. In soft murmurs she cried, "O my linnet so green, sweet Bonnie, shall I ne'er see you more?" Many's the man that was eager to slay you, their malice you viewed with a smile. Their gold through all Europe was found to betray you. They joined with the Mamelukes on the Nile. Like ravenous vultures, their vile passions did burn. The offspring they slew and caused widows to mourn. But my linnet is gone, and he ne'er will return. Sweet Bonnie, shall I ne'er see you more? The cold, frosty Alps you freely passed over, that nature had placed in your way. At Maringo Bellona round you did hover, all Paris rejoiced the next day. It grieves me the hardships that you did undergo, the mountains you traversed all covered with snow. The balance of power your courage laid low. Sweet Bonnie, shall I ne'er see you more?
All right, now. Yeah, the song.
The song called The Green Linnet I learned at home from my father. Long-legged goat, big garden, says I, for to commence my dealing. I think this bold hero is worth a pound note. That's very low. Now,
No, say it again. No.
this is the dingle Pickow,
Good.
and the flautist is Micheal O Riabhaigh. I am a young jobber, both foolish and daring. The green hills of Kerry I went for to see. I went back to Dingle to buy up some cattle. I hope you will listen to what happened to me. And as I enter the fair on a Saturday morning, the first thing I met was a long-legged goat. Big garden, says I, for to commence my dealing. I think this bold hero is worth a pound note. I made my appearance to the owner who held them. A bargain we made without any delay. He says if you pay me down 22 shillings, an advice I will give you before you go away. This bold Irish hero, he well knows the mountains since the year 64 when he used to be drilled. And some of his comrades, I'm told, were transported, and since he's determined some blood for to spill.
The old man departed, and I was for starting. The words that he told me put me in despair. The first jump he gave, he near pulled out my arm. I jumped on his back and caught hold of his tail. And now me bald hair, oh, on your back I am landed. And unless you may fall, you may go where you will. He ran through the streets like something distracted, and soon made his way towards Connery Hill. When he came into Brandon, I thought it was London. I regretted my journey when I saw the sea. He jumped in the water and swam right across them towards Castle Gregory to make a near way. The waves of the ocean, they were in great motion. The fishes, they ate all the nails of my toes. A big-bellied mackerel, he jumped at my nostril. I thought he'd get away with a part of my nose. Milltown, Killarglin, likewise Killarney, he never cried stop till he came to Nadine. At lengthen he spoke, saying, we're past our headquarters, where my old ancestors always have been. So let us go back now and take out our lodgings at Callichinanga, where there's plenty poteen. When the day it was dawning, he jumped from his corner, and towards Castle Island he went in a crack. What'll I say?
That's just the name of the song.
This is called The Irish Girl. As I walked out one evening fair, down by a riverside, while gazing all around me, an Irish girl I spied. A rosy red was on her cheeks, and coal black was her hair, and costly were the robes of gold this Irish girl did wear. The little shoes this maiden wore were of a Spanish brown. The mantle on her shoulders of silk 'twas wrought all round. Her modest face, her gentle ways have left my heart in pain. And I'd range this world all over, my Irish girl to gain. I wish I was a butterfly, I'd light on my love's breast. I wish I was a nightingale to sing my love to rest. I'd sing at morn, I'd sing at eve, a love song sweet and slow.
let the wind blow high or low.
Big collection.
This is Micheal O Riabhaigh. I'm going to play for you a hornpipe that I got from a very famous step dancer, Pickow of Cork. The Plains of Boyle. And here is a reel, the peeler's jacket. It is also called the flannel jacket. This is Micheal O Riabhaigh again, but this time I am going to sing you a very nice love song. The story is centred around the beautiful river of Salon that flows through the town of Makem in County Cork. 'Twas early on a fine summer's morning, I strayed by the banks of Salon to gaze on the beauties of nature that emulate each wood and each lawn. My prospects were surely enchanting, with gay lassies in a juvenile mood, promenading by the banks of that river that flows through the town of Makem. I, being airy and fond of recreation, by this river I chanced for to roam, until weary of my ramblings and roamings, I sat myself down by a grove. I sat for a while meditating, until sol its bright rays had withdrawn, till a damsel of queenly appearance came down by the banks of Salon. We talked as we walked on together, inhaling the sweet pleasant air, till at length in a voice most affected she said, "Sir, my father lives there. Were I ruler of France or of Russia, it is with you I'd soon wear the crown. I would join you in wedlock, my darling. You're the beauty of sweet Massey Town. But now I'm retired from my story, with a heart full of sadness and grief. There is no one on earth to console me, or give me the slightest relief. I will roam through the African desert, until death will call me to the tomb, for the sake of that charming fair Helen I met near the town of Makem.
Okay.
I learned that song from an old man by the name of Reagh. One night we were travelling to a concert by car, and he sang that for me a few times. That was a Christmas week, 1945.
All right.
I don't have to say anything.
No.
Oh, come to the hedgerows with gay flowers all bright, and the green fields are smiling beneath the sun's light. Through the green lanes we'll wander the long happy day, and the little bobs are singing merrily, oh, come, come away.
Well,
I learned this little song from my teacher in school about 15 years ago. I really can't say where the words came from, but the melody is very old. I afterwards found it in Joyce's old collections. Oh, come to the hedgerows with gay flowers all bright, and the green fields are smiling beneath the sun's light. Through the green lanes we'll wander the long happy day, and the little birds are singing merrily. Oh, come, come away. Oh, come to the seaside to hear the wild waves. On the dark rocks we'll stand while the storms wildly rage. And we'll watch the white seagulls through the tempest and spray, and the mighty ocean raging fierce and loud. Oh, come, come away. Oh, come to the blue hills, the wild mountain side, where the green fern grows tall and the heath bell blooms wide, and the mountain stream dashes o'er mossy rocks grey, and sings with gentle murmur all day long. Oh, come, come away.
Trains come so suddenly.
And this is a very popular little ballad I learned from my mother about 15 years ago. The Maid of the Sweet Brown Owl. Come, all ye lads and lassies, and listen to me a while, and I'll sing to you a verse or two which will cause you all to smile. 'Tis all about a handsome man I'm going to tell you now. He lately came a-courting to the Maid of the Sweet Brown Owl. Said he, my pretty fair maid, could you and I agree to join our hands in wedlock bands, and married we will be? We'll join our hands in wedlock bands, you'll have my plighted vow, that I'll do my whole endeavours for the Maid of the Sweet Brown Owl. Now this fair and pretty young thing, she knew not what to say. Her eyes did shine like silver bright, and merrily did play. Said she, young man, your love subdue, for I'm not ready now, and I'll spend another season at the foot of the Sweet Brown Owl. Oh, said she, my pretty fair maid, now why do you say so? Look down on yonder valley where my verdant crops do grow. Look down on yonder valley at my horses and my plough. They're at their daily labour for the Maid of the Sweet Brown Owl. If they're at their daily labour, kind sir, it is not for me. I've heard of your behaviour, indeed I have, said she. There is an inn where you drop in, I've heard the people say, where you rap and you call and you pay for all, and go home at the dawn of day. If I rap and I call and I pay for all, the money is all my own, and I'll never spend your fortune, for I hear you have got none. You thought you had my poor heart broke in talking to me now, but I leave you where I found you, at the foot of the Sweet Brown Owl. I don't think it's good. This is an Irish love song by one of our Munster poets, Reagh O'Sullivan, and the melody is very old. Is a tirseach ger a muisgel farir, a gan is dan tel a tresh am hni, da harag magnes nil sperm hni, let hanjag dan ve penering I bara niler dam skri sem hangen maler nil ber lachrin ni blasta ma hexing elig chin lenar malhing ma ve peneringi Kasagak versa belis bin sis kalke das glanetakir Aradaras reglas relten ruin ler kalagog me pener